my Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your Path of True Love read for November 2019. Just finished blessing those decks. It was different. That's what I'm going to tell you. It was different than how it usually feels for all the other signs and even your own. It was very solemn, but not solemn, serious, that's not the word, reverent. Like, they changed even the words of the blessing. Right, you'll hear some of it when I pull the first and last deck. We're only pulling seven cards, one from 7 decks, just to give you an overview. But it was just really cool. It was definitely reverent, not like being in church, but blessing the decks as I shuffle each one of them. There was definitely at the end, like I took a deep breath and felt the energy move through me. It's usually happening while I shuffle. And it was, but so it's just different. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am your reader for the moment, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. All my friends call me Mal, pretty much. A lot of them do. President of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and here to serve. I am a Virgo, and I'm always glad to serve another earth sign, sun, moon, rising. I don't care. I don't care what you got. You're an earth sign. We all got to stick together, right? So if you are new to my channel, please do like and subscribe. I've been reading people since I'm 12 years old professionally. Oh my God. What was that? When I left the Boston Conservatory. So I guess that would have been sophomore year of college, 1988. That's when I started reading at the clubs in Boston. Oh yeah, go look in one of my Mal vlogs, I think the one on tarot that I did, or go read my About Me on my website. About Mark at drawingcircle.com. I go into it. I talk about the days in the nightclub scene in the 80s. Anyway, so please do like and subscribe. I've got good stories. I'm good at this. I've been doing it forever. Repetition is the mother of skill. Thank you, Tony Robbins. He's still so hot. To my subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. We're getting closer and closer every day to that 1,000 plus mark subscribers so that I can do super live chat. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. It's just such an intuitive thing. I know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And we are earth signs. We are patient. We are grounded. So let me just go into some of my basics for the newbies, right? Skip ahead if you like, my subscribers. This is a Path of True Love reading. Path of True Love is your path. Yes, other people may be indicated. There may be court cards that pop up. There might be things that pop up in a particular oracle deck that you go, that's not me, that's them. That's fine. But this is your path. So it's all to help you see that everything that is happening on the path of true love is here to help you learn, heal, grow, and be a true lover, right? To love truly, unconditionally. Now, of course, you're probably here. Most of you, I'm going to say not all of you, are doing this for, romantic sexual stuff. And that's great. That's cool. I'm down for that. That is what the true lover is to me. The True Lovers Collective is about that romantic sexual set of contracts for this lifetime to kind of heal all of that shit for the collective, right? But it doesn't have to be. As a matter of fact, look at you. This could be about your parental relationships, your sibling relationships, right? Co-workers, that everything that's happening in this world holographically is happening to help us. Everything is here to help us. We don't have to like it. We don't have to be all fucking Pollyanna and fake positive about it. That doesn't help. That's denial. Love what rises. It's like, all right, then fine. Everything's fucking jumping to help me. And it's like, and that's that child inside of us, the divine child that's just, wrapped in the wounded child, if you will, like a cloud. And to love what rises and be just like, I know, honey, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you for being pissed off in bed. It's okay. I love you. Because it's never about what's happening in the present moment. That's what that's about. It's just a trigger, right? Everything's a trigger then, and so you don't have to take anything personally, but if it hits, then it's triggering something. If someone else steps on your hidden landmine that not even you knew about, right? It's not their fault. They were sent. It's in the contract. You with me? You following me? We are going to be doing divine masculine, divine feminine, by the way, in this, but it's your masculine, feminine energy, right? Which if you balance that out, you heal that, you marry the if you like, the divine queen and the divine king, you know, that's going to shift every relationship in your life because it's about your relationship with self, right? Your own masculine, feminine balance. What else? Was there something else I was supposed to say? Oh yeah, this is a collective reading. I am a Pisces moon. The moon is in Pisces while I'm doing this. I feel like I'm accessing much more of the collectives as a result of that, which is why I'm glad I'm doing Path of True Love for these. So if it's not your reading, you'll know intuitively. Don't get mad at me. I am just the soul path number 3 messenger, all right? Voice of the gods, I guess, whatever. I won't call myself a prophet. Nah, I'm a seer. I'm a mystic. So that's why I always do, when I do the zodiac signs, at least sun, moon, rising. For Path of True Love, I add Venus. For, you know, Mercury retrogrades, obviously, I add Mercury. So, so I think that's about it. Oh, one last thing. All the decks that I read, in total, and I don't use all of them every single reading, are all at the bottom of my description box. And as you scroll down through, you'll see links for the 2 ebooks that I've written. And really, I think it's the very first link I put in there is my workshop series, Path of True Love. Actually, it's a workshop with a series of 5 classes within it. On Vimeo, on Vimeo.com. It's on demand. You pay for them, but you pay once, unlimited views forever until me or Vimeo ceases to be. And for the amount of readers on Vimeo, I think they're in good shape, right? They're from New York too. I'm from New York. They're great. So let's get down to biz, shall we? We're going to get a dominant card, right? The main card is the archetype, the Caroline Myss archetype card. That's going to be about the lead in your system that you're going to be clearing out, alchemizing into gold, the shadow to raise into light, in terms of where you are on the path of true love, right? Think of it as like a superpower that you incarnated to learn. So you have this archetype in your chemistry, maybe for a reason, maybe for a season, maybe for a lifetime. But that this is like, if you focus on this, if you keep this in mind, and alchemize is all about power. The archetypes are all about power. So if you can accept that it's a balance of power, and if you look at it as a percentage, as earth signs usually do, then it's all about gradually alchemizing it. So it's nothing to beat yourself up about. Cool. Breathe. That's the last point they want me to always remind. Breathe. Inhaling all that you need in the moment from source. Exhaling all that's ready to go, but never all at once. Always gradual. Always loving. Slows me down so that when the energy gets high, I can focus. Instead of running with these quantum threads all over the place, I can focus on the ones that are really present. So, my collective pantheon of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please, one card to represent this Capricorn collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, watching this video on the path of true love for November 2019. What is the dominant archetype for them to focus on for the month of November? Oh, the Rebel. This came up for another sign. I don't remember what it was, but the Rebel. This is like really, really powerful and odd. Not one that I immediately associate with a Capricorn, but then again, you might be like a Sag sun, right? In a Capricorn mood. So you want to rebel, but you want to do it slowly, and that's great. That's, oh, the love revolution. Ooh, the love revolution. Google or through YouTube, the love revolution with Matt Kahn. I love him. He's brilliant. He really, really, really is. Bless his soul. Bless his career. May it continue to expand. So, being that this is the dominant card in the deck, in the spread, I'm going to read the shadow in the light, and every other card will be in some way clarifying, going back to this to help you alchemize your power on the path of true love this month. All right? So, here we go. The shadow attribute of the Rebel. Rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. I'm sorry, that always brings to mind the original punk rock from England. Yes, it made its jump across the pond, the Ramones and all of that, and CBGBs, and then came New Wave. So now we're all alternative, right? Punk is sort of the original. So like rebellion out of peer pressure. Not that I had any problem with New Wave, honey. I worked that fucking work back then. I didn't just look like a model, I looked like one. But I was a model for about 10 hot seconds. What a toxic environment at the time. It's changed. Rejects legitimate authority out of anger. Now that's the part. Now that's the key here for you, my Cappies, my goats. If you're an angry goat, remember this rebel, because there might be a desire there to rebel, but to rebel out of anger at legitimate authority. Maybe someone else's boundaries, maybe your own, all right? So that's the lead in the collective here. But now, the rebel in its light challenges authority to affect social change, right? So I even said this in the other read. You might be a second waver. You might want to look that up. Second wavers tend to be more the divine masculine, because the divine feminines, the first wavers, are doing the emotional purging, healing, clearing work that's laying the energetic foundation for fifth dimension. Well, fifth dimension's already here. It's in nature. It's in your body. Your body is actually in fifth dimensional stuff. It's just the fourth dimension, the mental emotional stuff that we're clearing out. So the divine feminines are really taking pardon, my last name is Lyons, the lion's share of that. So that it sets almost like the energetic patterning, the grid, so that the divine masculines, through social justice and change, right? We'll do the picketing, we'll do the thing, but just don't burn the fucking place down. Don't break laws as you go. Legitimate authority. Don't rebel against legitimate authority, but challenges authority to affect social change. And here's the other one that I think is also more important in terms of your path of true love. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. In other words, you might have had, like, a perfect example for myself. I used to do altar devotions every day for years, right? Like, that was my morning process, right? I cleanse and consecrate fire, earth, air, water, spirit. I'm a witch, and it's what I did. That was my practice. And then after a while, I was like, okay, I got that. And it was just like, meh. After a while, it just kind of goes, meh. Wasn't serving, because we're always growing and expanding, and there's always a higher truth. And you love that, Capricorns, because there's always, if the mountain you're climbing is the spiritual growth, the spiritual awakening mountain, there's always, oh my God, and on my TV, I've got that thing that changes pictures. It's a mountain range. I'm not taking a picture. I'm not turning the camera around. But that's just so funny. There's always going to be a higher peak, right? Even the Ascended Masters are still, there's all the way back to source, right? So go ahead, reject the spiritual systems that do not serve your inner needs, but you don't have to ruin it for everybody else who's getting something from it, because you got something out of it at some point, right? That's why, I make kid about the New Age. I did my time in the New Age 90s. Oh my God, tinfoil hat, woo-woo land central. I went to I've worked Whole Life Expos, New Life Expos, with just the weirdest stuff, right? So I know I tease the New Agers, but it served, right? But I outgrew it. We outgrow this stuff. But that doesn't mean we need to put turds in everybody else's sacred punch bowl, right? So let's get clear here with the angels. They're laughing. They're like, yeah, I saw some toxic wah-wah tinfoil hat woo-woo land shit. Okay, wait till that book comes out, The Professional Witch. Oh shit, I got that baby outlined already. Jill will get there. She's not a Capricorn, I don't think. All right, here we go. Jill's my editor. My angels, I'm taking my time with this. It's Capricorn, slow and steady wins the race. Breathe. My angels, the Urielites. Hi. Please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for November 2019. Ooh, with this rebel archetype as it jumps out. You see playfulness. Not exactly a Capricornian thing either, but if you can be playful about this. I made a little snark. I'm from New York. I was raised on snark. With that rebellion there, to be playful with it, that, it's sometimes I say to people, sometimes a feather doesn't take it, it needs a sledgehammer, and Capricorns, you're more sledgehammer than feather. I think all the earth signs are. Rock on. But to maybe, if not a feather, then, you know, levity, right? To play with this, to play the game. Oh, okay. And see it from the karmic Saturnian perspective of this is a game, and there are rules, and I'm still learning the rules as I go along, so I'm going to play this game, right? I'm going to rebel in a golden way. I'm going to be a golden rebel, not a leaded rebel. Leaded rebel, leaded rebel, leaded rebel. Got any coffee left? No, I forgot to refill my cup. It's okay. Wonder Mug's in the washer. My goddesses, speaking of Wonder Woman in any way, shape, or form, which, who has time for gauntlets, right? My goddesses, please. One card in clarity. Oh, Persephone, I feel you. Please, one card in clarity. Oh, this is what we're doing. We're asking the goddesses to check in on your divine feminine with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Thank you. She's like, my goddesses, please. One card in clarity for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for November 2019. Please, one card to indicate, to clarify, to bring into symbolic form the current state of their divine feminine energy. You got play! You got play and playfulness! Aw, yay! The Capricorns finally get to have some fun. I don't have any plans in Capricorn, but I love Caps, right? It's like they're so fucking determined, right? I love you guys. A little Eeyore-ish at times. It's been a while since. Oh, right. I forgot. I'm actually starting to date a Capricorn. Good. Oh, see, that was not pre-planned. See how divination works? Oh, the quantum divine plan of it all. Oh, the quantum divine plan of it all. Once again, my drag fan is nowhere to be seen. Oh, well, what are you gonna do? Pre-plan, right? I didn't think that was going to be necessary in a Capricorn read, but here we go. We've got a rebel with playfulness and playfulness. The goddess Bastet, the Egyptian cat goddess of the sun. Whoo! 6 of Flames, playing the game. So now that's on the inner, right? So you're feeling that. That's the divine feminine. That's like, meow. Meow. Feel a little feline, having some feline feelings there of play. Red dot. Red dot. You see somebody's fringe jacket and you just want to go over and breathe. Breathe. Lung buckets of air, of prana, of chi. Oh my gods. They're having so much fun. Who do you think's inspiring the humor? You can almost tell by what deck I'm holding where it's coming. It is. It's how it works. These are anchors, to that pantheon. So please, my gods, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for November 2019. In terms of their divine masculine energy, right? The air and the fire, right? What they're thinking, what they're going to put into action, right? Air and fire, all of that. Please, one for the divine masculine within this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for November 2019. Ace of Wands. Swing. Yeah. There's a spark of something new that you are going from. So this internal divine feminine, let's play. Divine mask, the goddess in you says, let's play. And the god goes, okay. Woo! Oh, I think I'm in for a good time if this is him. I'll tell him not to watch it. I'm like, don't ever watch my videos. Really, anybody if you have dated me, I hope you do watch them. You better subscribe, you fuckers, for what you put me there. Oh, no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. Blessed be, I learned a lot. May you be blessed, right? Let's ask the masters. They're like, you are ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why you chose me for the job. The masters, those who have graduated Earth School, hanging out in the 5th dimension and above, right? Reaching through, helping out, like they got their PhD and they're sort of helping out the students coming up so that they can move on, I'm sure. Maybe what the fuck do I know? Let's ask them, please, my masters. Oh, the Chuck Spezzano Womp Womp deck. Here we go. 50-50 chance. Place your bets, Capricorn. Woo! There are 4 suits in this deck. The problem suit, which I've affectionately renomered the Womp Womp cards. The luck suit, the healing suit, and the grace suit. So it's not even a 50-50. Half the deck is the problem cards. So breathe. Instantly, the shoulders go down. There we go. My masters, please, 1 card in clarity for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, and the path of true love for November 2019. What are they dealing with here? We've got the rebel archetype with playfulness, play, and the Ace of Wands. What say you? Oh, betrayal. Betrayal. Now, I felt that right in the solar plexus. So, you know, solar plexus for me usually, Caroline Mace, Anatomy of the Spirit, that there's something here about your honor code. There's something here about your honor code, something about self-esteem, something about honor in general. But maybe there's a personal wound here that you have been betrayed, all right? That, remember, this is your path. So even you might be like, yeah, that's that so-and-so. Look, I cleaned up my language for once. Betrayed me. Now, that's okay. If you've been betrayed, who the fuck hasn't? But then this play might very, very well be about rebelling against that. That you were held under illegitimate authority, right? You're angry about it. And now you're like, you know what? I'm going to challenge the authority of everything that's gone on to effect change. I'm going to do things differently. So this playful rebellion as a result of, not ending in a result of, but as a result of. Look at me, I'm covering my solar plexus. Oh my God, I never do that on camera. Wow. Betrayal. Betrayal, betrayal, betrayal. Let me get these last 2 cards down, because that's like, oh, that's so much fun. It's turd in the punch bowl. That is the turd in the punch bowl, but it is so important to know that. I don't know. Look, if it's hitting you in the gut right now, like it's hitting me, I am a fucking empath. Jeez, that Pisces moon, I can feel it. And it's more on the right side of my body, so that is the divine masculine. Within has to be triggered by that. It's like a defensive, like there's a defense. It feels like there is a change coming, but that change, it's always, if it's fear, what fear essentially is when it's in the body like that, particularly lower 3 chakras, is that something's coming, something's about to change. Erosion or renewal. It's going to come or it's going to go, but the fear is that there's going to be loss. Now, there's always loss every time something new comes in, right? There's a law of equivalent exchange. Go watch Full Metal Alchemist. Whew, read through that. See, that voice of betrayal, whatever that is, that rebel in there, it's like, you're going to betray me? Well, fucking watch this. Now, that can be used for healing, but, you know, but then are you using it to break out of an old spiritual system, to be like, no, now I'm going for what I want, and what I want right now is to play and not take everything so fucking seriously. Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, wow. Man, I knew it when I was shuffling the deck that they were like, no, this needs to be done, and I'm glad they're letting me do it with humor, because that is what really feels like going on for the majority in the collective here. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved. Breathe. Come, Savvy. Come sit with Mama. The higher selves of all involved, please. 1 card in clarity. There you are. For the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love. For November 2019, considering the collective is talking about the rebel archetype, indicating it. The angel's playfulness. The goddesses, Bastet, the sun goddess, the cat goddess, Egyptian-headed cat goddess of the sun. 6 of flames, literally play written on the card. The gods, talking about the Ace of Wands, a new beginning, a new impulse, but with that betrayal. Yes, there are certainly Capricorns in the world somewhere that are gonna say, yeah, then I'm gonna betray you right back. I'm gonna do to you what you did to me. I'm gonna do unto another what was done to me. But I'm not getting that. Maybe that is out of anger, the rebellion. It's like, yeah, watch this, fatherfucker. Look, if we're gonna say motherfucker and we're gonna be all this gender stuff, it's like, well, I am not a motherfucker. I am a fatherfucker. Oh, I'm gay, didn't you know? My cappy caps. All right, so it's sort of like, I know this is going to be big, so please take a deep breath. Oh, fuck, here we go. All right, higher selves, you know the drill. One card for these caps on the path of true love. Speak the language of love. Speak the language of love. The divine masculine in you. Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own, which means not just what you say to another, but what you say to you. Here, I'll give you an example, because that knot is still there. Hey, sweetheart, whatever that is, it's okay. It's okay. I know something's coming, but you know what? We're going to be fine. We may play, we may rebel, we may be in revenge in some way as we rebel, but that's okay. I'm here for you. You let me know how you feel. I love you. And you know what? You are worthy of the play that you want. You are worthy of playing this game wisely and well. And you can tell me how you feel along the way, but our conduct is going to be aligned with our highest truth. And in terms of communicating with anybody, we're going to speak the language of love, because this may not necessarily be about a romantic sexual context. Right? It's like, if I'm going to play this game and someone in my family who has betrayed me, maybe betrayed a confidence, right? It's like, if I'm going to have a confidential conversation with somebody, particularly with my clients, they know that day one, what goes on in a reading, that's it. That's why, I like doing the readings on like Facebook Messenger or Skype, because it may be recorded somewhere, but I mean, I think you have to go through some steps to download that shit, and I don't think you can do it on Facebook Messenger, because it's a video call, right? But face to face, I'll say, all right, you want to have this conversation? Here we go, Capricorn, you'll like this. Vow on the gods that made you to keep this conversation under confidentiality. Then if they break the vows involve the gods, different than a promise or an oath. A vow involves the divine, right? So to speak the language of love to yourself and to have these conversations that are there, but to remember, you can be playful, you can be rebellious, you can do this in a way that is outside the box, but if you're angry, take a breath, right? Check yourself, check in with that child that wants to kick their fucking teeth in. Or make sure you're not, maybe that betrayal is over, or you're in the process of being betrayed, or, like before, during, or after. I just don't feel like you're walking into a betrayal here. That really feels like, but a change is coming. There's definitely something on its way in the month for my caps. So now let's introduce the new deck, the Journey of Love. It is an oracle deck. Alana Fairchild is the author. She's the one who does the words. Rassouli, Rassouli, is, I believe, the artist who, did the imagery. And Richard Cohn, Cohn, is the poet, I believe. There are three of them that collaborated. So I'm going to read them out of the book. I just got them a couple of weeks ago, but they're amazing. I mean, just in my own personal work. I always would work with a deck personally first before I, bring it in to my clientele and now these videos. So I'm going to read it from the book because it speaks for its fucking self. All right? Breathe. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please. One card in clarity. A journey of love. Where are they on their journey of love? This Capricornian rebel with playfulness and that Bastet Six of Wands play. In the divine feminine, the divine masculine of that Ace of Wands, of initiation, of starting something. And yes, there is something phallic about this. But with betrayal, there, perhaps carrying that burden of betrayal. Being betrayed or having betrayed could be either way. And with the higher self saying, speak the language of love, please clarify. Clarify this for my Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for November 2019. This is the solemnness I felt when I blessed the decks. Earth Angel. I'm not even going to sing the song. Can you hear me? Oh, it's Teen Angel. Oh, Earth Angel, will you be mine? There, I'm sorry I did. Yeah, I was classically trained. What do you want? Helped with my larger career. No skill is ever lost. Okay. Card number 54. 5 and 4 make 9. Look, I did math. Earth Angel. This is a beautiful card, too. And we are all Earth Angels, right? But, oh, element of Earth, too. Capricorn. Oddly, this one starts and ends with a poem. Here we go. Earth Angel, you carry the world in your robes and heaven in your hair. You bring me a special gift now, responding to my prayer. Though sometimes I may feel that I am struggling or alone, you come to me now and carry me into my heart. You bring me home. Even from the darkest depths, I rise up to meet your light. I cannot be separated from the divine. I cannot be separated from the light. The oracle brings a message of divine guidance. You have an angel with you, watching over you and assisting you in response to your heart's call for help. Love and protection for you and your beloveds. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Keep praying each day from your heart and know you are safely carried on the journey of love. To pause here for a moment. To pray from your heart means you don't need the words. Good to put it in words, but you don't need to do, there are different forms of prayer, right? There's colloquial prayer. Oh, good God, help me all day long, right? Give me strength. There is a petitionary prayer. Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? But then there is ritual prayer. You know, like whether it's the Hail Mary, Our Father, which is read poetic version, a spell, whatever it is, a repetition that way. But to really speak from the heart, right? To pray from the heart, even if it's tears in your eyes, right? To continue. If you have been worrying about a loved one, know that this protection extends to them as well. Blessed be. You are asked to pray more and worry less, allowing love to be, which I'm sorry, this is a Marianne Williamson thing. I don't know if she said it originally, and I know she's running for president and all of that, but, you know, I started reading her in the 90s. Right? I had a Return to Love in hardcover. Worry is praying for what you don't want. That broke me of it and really made me get into prayer. Illuminata is a great book by her. It just is. Like, all of her stuff has always helped me. A little Course in Miracles light for the hardcore Course in Miracles people. I am a Course in Miracles student and teacher. So now the poem. The last poem, right? It was 2 poems. This is different than how they usually are. Breathe. Thank you for walking with me. Before you climbed up here, I was afraid. I had risked everything by holding out my hand, and now, as I share your joy and excitement at being a friend, I realize I may have to run to catch up with you. Earth Angel. Look, you've been through it. Who hasn't? I'm not minimizing anybody's pain. I laugh at my own now. Not as it's going on, although sometimes, yeah. Because the path of true love is a warrior's path. I know a lot of people don't like that word, but it takes a heart of courage, right? It takes courage. It absolutely does. It takes honor. Like all the things on a hero's journey that the hero develops along the way. But that's the thing. It's not like the hero is the hero at the beginning of the journey. Well, incarnationally, we came in to do this. to love what rises, to love unconditionally, and to be embodiments of true love, right? In all of our relationships, but that doesn't mean you put up with bullshit. That doesn't mean you put up with abuse or neglect or codependence. But you gotta look at, well, then if everything's here to help me, how does abuse, neglect, and codependence or any of that toxin, narcissists and Stockholm syndrome and all that stuff, if that's what's going on, I mean, because, it's in the collective. It's going to bump into us at some point if we're here to do what we came here to do on the path of true love. So that overall here, you're going to rebel against it. You're going to rebel against that in a healthy way. You have the opportunity. You can do it out of anger, or you can do it as like, no, I'm finding something that suits my inner needs, right? And it's going to be playful. I may play around with it. I might be a bit of an eclectic rather than a hardliner for a change, right? Oh, Mercury retrograde, right? Thinking differently, doing it differently. And even your inner female's like, yes. Can we have something playful for a bit, even in terms of a spiritual practice or process or, what have you? Because then the Divine Masculine is like, okay, now this really, these four alone, so powerful. But then when the masters are talking about a betrayal, maybe, that solar plexus, about that fear of betraying yourself, but that if you do this, everything is going to change and there will be loss. Yeah, but what if what's lost needs to be lost? You're going to erode, right? The exhale, the erosion, and the inhale, renewal, right? Just keep breathing as you then, because the breath is important. Why? Because you've got to speak the language of love. Maybe you're breathing in what you're breathing in and you're transforming it, and you are on the breath. On the breath, speaking the language of love to yourself. And sometimes the language of love to someone who has betrayed you is, I love you too much to allow you to abuse or neglect or codepend upon me, because that's only hurting you. So I'm one less person that you have to do this with. I love you and I bless you from afar. Because with that earth angel, you are being guided. Maybe you are embodying your higher self, your fifth dimensional self and above, on the path of true love here, but you're doing it playfully. So do you feel the shift that the betrayal makes? And that might be what you're going through, my Capricorns. It's like, this is so dominant, but because of betrayal, it certainly becomes, now maybe that's a timeline? I don't know. You're going to have to see in your individual experience, but this is a keeper. I would say put this in your watch later. I actually have a private playlist. No one can see it but me, called Tarot Watch Later. Either ones that, I have to make sure I watch that later, or it's like, no, that was a good one. I want to see if that's how this plays out, right? If what they're saying. Of course I watch other readers. What do you think I'm doing in between reads? Right, when I've got videos in process, one's processing, setting up for the next, I'm like, what do you think I'm going to do? Watch the news? Let's not crash I do that after I'm done for the day. Then I see what happens in the world, right? Oh, my Capricorns, what a magnificent reading. I'm very happy for you, and I hope you have a really good time, and I really hope that this is the guy that I'm going to start dating. We used to date a while ago. Old flame, Mercury retrograde, ex-lover flash flood. Let's see what happens this time. So wishing you the very best and the very blessed, and here we go. May the Capricorn Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love be blessed with all that they need, that they may rebel in a healthy way with playfulness, with the goddess Bastet, that Six of Flames, with that Ace of Wands, all that fire going forward. And whatever this betrayal is, may it be healed and resolved by them speaking to the betrayed one within, or the betrayer within, and of course in any communications, loving words, having the power to change someone's life, including their own, because they are the earth angel. Earth angel. All I adore, I love you forever and evermore. I'm just a fool in love with you. For the well-being of all, and so it is. Thank you for entertaining me, letting me strut and fret my hour on this YouTube video, but I'm feeling this for you, so please do like and subscribe if you're new. Help me reach my Capricornian goal of 1,000 plus subscribers so I can super live chat. Check out my stuff in the box below. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.